I'm recreating celebrities' breakfast to see whose morning routine is worth copying and who should stay in Hollywood. Let's start super indulgent with The Rock's French toast with peanut butter coconut maple syrup. This is the meal he eats every weekend as his cheat meal. And he is 100% cheating on his health conscious diet because this is anything but that, but man, does it look delicious. So it starts with brioche bread. And you want to get it whole, unsliced, because you're going to slice it in super thick slices, about 2 inches. And I don't have day-old bread, so it's pretty soft. So we want to dry it out a little bit so that it will absorb all of that custard. So I'm just going to lay it out on a baking sheet and then just pop it into a low oven, 250 degrees for about 10 minutes, just to kind of help dry it out. The ingredients in the custard are pretty classic. It's the topping where it gets real good. So it starts with a couple eggs. I mean, at least I think it's good. I feel like The Rock kind of knows what he's talking about. It's just a little bit of sugar here. And I'm gonna follow these recipes exact, unless they really make me crazy. Milk, then in goes some cinnamon and a little vanilla. And you just wanna whisk this really well and let it stand for several minutes. Here's where it gets real good. Peanut butter coconut maple syrup. So we start by warming some maple syrup. I'm gonna double this part because I feel like we're gonna need extra. I'm gonna heat that in the microwave just to get it warm. I also got the tequila. This is The Rock's tequila, not sponsored, but I do happen to, I hadn't even had a sip, but I do happen to enjoy this one. Bread's ready, let it cool. Peanut butter goes into the warm maple syrup, and then in goes coconut cream. Because that maple syrup is warm, everything else just kind of melts in there. Then add tequila and salt to taste. It's like a peanut butter coconut maple syrup margarita. I had a little pinch because it is pretty sweet. Never had tequila in my French toast. I have had tequila for breakfast though. Have you ever had a breakfast margarita? Okay, let's see. That is freaking delicious. Glad I made double. All right, so we're just going to soak the bread, and this is some thick bread, so it's gonna take a minute. You probably wanna leave it in the custard for about 3 or 4 minutes. You can call it breakfast, but it really is a dessert. All right, I'm gonna let it sit, get my skillet, my butter going. This could be the best French toast I've ever had. We're starting off strong. When it comes to French toast, any French toast, not just this one, but especially this one, you want to cook it over more of a medium to medium low heat setting because there's a lot of custard in that bread. You don't just want to cook the outside where the inside is raw. He cooks it in a combination of oil and butter. And The Rock definitely cheats on the weekends because he's healthy all the other time. And apparently he has other cheat meals. And if they're all as good as this one I feel like it's going to be, we might need to do a whole series of Rock cheat meals. So everything's melted. Going in with my super soaked French toast. Now, while this does cook low and slow, I feel like I should be doing the same thing he would be doing. It's what he did in his video, so why not? Just a little morning sipper. And then he did a little squeeze of orange in it, a little orange juice. Woo! Yeah. Look how good this looks. I feel like while it is toasty on the outside, there's still, I feel like, a lot of cooking that needs to be done on the inside. I didn't do all this work to eat raw egg in the middle. Now, we do want to also lift it up and kind of cook the sides. Hadn't been this excited over French toast in a while. That might be a little strong for breakfast. If you find yourself in a position where you feel like it needs a little more time or the outside is cooked before the inside, just take your whole pan and stick it in the oven like 350 degrees for just a few minutes. Rock, I'm available for cooking lessons. Just saying. I do feel like 1 is a serving, even though 2 is gonna look really impressive. Top with some whipped cream, and this, I'm real excited, and toasted coconut. I've never had French toast like this before. All right, this corner right here is calling my name. He nailed that. He nailed that. What I like is that while it is indulgent, it really doesn't taste super heavy. It's all really balanced. The peanut butter sauce is not overly sweet. Just that light bit of cream kind of mellows it all out. I do think the portion size is a little big. 1 piece is gonna do it. But overall, a solid 9.5. And this is really gonna be hard to beat. While the French toast is delicious, my go-to breakfast order 9 times out of 10 is a breakfast sandwich. So we're gonna do 2 breakfast sandwiches. First, Gordon Ramsay's perfect breakfast sandwich. And what this is at first glance is like an entire English breakfast put between 2 slices of bread. So he starts with a couple links of breakfast sausage, cuts them in half, and then we cook this in a skillet along with some bacon. The fats from each will render out and they will cook in their own fat, and then we're gonna roast the tomatoes in that same fat. Everything apparently cooks in a little oil and butter. Sausage down and the bacon. Now, I did see him make this, he did not cook his bacon as crispy as I would like my bacon. So we're gonna cook this most of the way till it's nice and browned. We're gonna finish in the oven. He also adds on a little pepper because there's already enough salt in all of this. Okay, we've got everything most of the way done. I feel like I'm being a little too laid back for Gordon Ramsay. I feel like I need to pump it up a little bit. Like we're stressed.
You, madam, wake up!
Now in goes some tomato. That's gonna roast in here with the meats, and it all goes into the oven for about 4 minutes. And while that happens, we fry our eggs. Stay right there. That's like Australian. Eggs, straightforward. He cooks them in hot oil and butter. These are fried eggs, crispy around the edges. Sunny side up, but they do kind of cook because the butter and oil kind of like cook the tops of the egg. So it kind of swirls in the oil and butter. I like to crack the white a little bit just to kind of help it cook faster in there. I don't know if I could cook in front of Gordon Ramsay. I would be way too stressed out. I feel like I might also get a little sassy with him. That's about it. It's starting to get browned around the edges. The white is set. That's just some of the oil and butter floating on top. I'm about to make the perfect breakfast sandwich. Okay. He kind of pops the tomatoes so the juices come out. To finish the eggs, I forgot a little dash of Worcestershire and sriracha. Okay, Gordon, it's like you know what you're doing. He takes 2 pieces of bread, untoasted, sausage, and I feel like 1 sandwich is enough for 2 people. He didn't specify. I for sure am not gonna miss the cheese. I can tell you that. And he says you don't need anything on the bread because you can just use the buttery goodness from the eggs. Okay, this is the ultimate Gordon. Although I kind of wish he would grade me to see how I did so far. I feel like I've done him justice. Juicy, runny, meaty, nowhere to go. There's a lot going on. I gotta take it in. The savory sausage, the bacon, crunchy, probably crunchier than Gordon's, but it had to be that way. The tomato is nice because it just kind of cuts some of the richness a little bit and offers the sauce. It's almost making the bread a little bit soggy, so I might like it a little bit toasted, but flavor is like amazing. This is a rich sandwich. There's really nothing wrong with it. I mean, other than maybe the bread, it's not gonna hold up very long. Solid 9. But does Gordon Ramsay beat Bobby Flay? I'll let you know. Bobby Flay's breakfast is actually his late night dinner, and it is my favorite sandwich, a bacon, egg, and cheese. So starts off pretty straightforward. So we cook the bacon until crispy. He says crispy. So far, we are on the same page. Is something so simple able to beat the great Gordon Ramsay? Well, good thing I'm the judge. Bacon, crispy, gotta take it out. He does take out all but about a tablespoon of the bacon fat. That is about 3 tablespoons. Then we're going to crack 2 eggs into the bacon fat. He also gets his crispy around the edges. You know, I know the proper French way is no browning around the edges. These 2 chefs like the crackly edge, as do I. Season with salt and pepper. Gonna baste it with some of the fat. 2 pieces of American cheese right over the top. And then a little bit of water, and we're just gonna steam it for just about 15 seconds to melt the cheese. Cover, let the cheese melt. And this one's easy. Eggs are done, and I don't want them to overcook, but I forgot to toast my buns. Here's the twist. Toasted brioche buns are key. Harissa. This is a spicy chili paste. It's gonna add great flavor. It's got a little tang to it. This sandwich just simply reminds him of those New York delis that you know, open all night long. He does call this hangover food. I can see why, but in a good way. That's my kind of sandwich. The crispy bacon, the little kick from the harissa, and the tang from that kind of cuts through some of that richness from the cheese, that runny yolk, crunchy bacon, but then that soft kind of like buttery bun. While this one might not look as impressive as Gordon's, the flavor, spot on. The way the bread holds this one all together might give it the slight edge. Plus it's already at a little bit of advantage because it's my sandwich of choice. 9.2. Bobby Flay wins. Y'all, we have been bad this whole time. It's time to get healthy and eat like royalty. So we're having Princess Diana's breakfast that she ate every single day. These are overnight oats, but before you turn it off, they sound freaking delicious. I don't always get into overnight oats, but I think you're gonna like these because they sound really good, and I feel like I'm gonna like them, and if I do, you do. Now, we are not ranking these breakfasts. I'm just giving each one a grade. So you can't put overnight oats in the same category as a bacon, egg, and cheese sandwich. But we need to incorporate some healthy breakfast every now and then, so this is that. So you have to soak your oats first. Typically, people do it in water or milk or alternative milks or a combination. Princess Diana's chef soaked them in orange juice, so have freshly squeezed orange juice. So it's usually about equal amounts, oats and liquid. That's all you do. At this point, you can add in whatever flavorings you want. So we're gonna go just like this, cover, let it soak overnight. Lucky for you, I did one already. So these oats have absorbed the liquid. Now we turn it into breakfast. So Princess Diana actually discovered this from a Swiss nutritionist. It's supposed to be like the ultimate healthy breakfast, and then she asked her chef to make it for her every day.
She stole the recipe, came back and said, Darren, I want these for breakfast every day.
So once you have your oatmeal base, in goes some Greek yogurt, a little lemon, some honey, and then what I love is this addition of Honeycrisp apple. So it's gonna add texture, a little crunch in there, a little sweetness, and also the fiber that we all need. And then a few blueberries, more go on top. I'm gonna put some in. Bowls are all the rage, you know, different kind of smoothie bowls and things. Typically, I've always eaten my oatmeal hot. But if you kind of put that bowl mindset in and eat it cold, I think it could work. I feel like if this is really what she ate, she was ahead of the times because I feel like overnight oats were quite trendy in the recent years. And for the finishing touch, walnuts. You know, walnuts are shaped like a brain because they're good for your brain. It's the way nature works. Did you know that? And more blueberries. Tempted to put a little other squeeze of honey on there just for make it pretty. Pinkies up. I will eat it with my gold spoon though. I'm sorry, but this is also a perfect bite breakfast. That is really good. I didn't think I was gonna like the orange juice soaked oats, but it is really juicy, sweet, and refreshing. And I'm really enjoying it after those super rich breakfasts I've just had. Diana knew a good thing when she saw it. In the category of healthy breakfast, this is a solid 9.2. My final recipe comes from another form of royalty, Miss Oprah Winfrey. She's probably richer than some royalty, so I put it in that category. And we're making her famous scrambled eggs. It's exactly what I would expect from a celebrity. 4 ingredients: eggs, jalapeno, a little green onion, and truffle cheese, which actually is not hard to find. And maybe this can be the twist to your scrambled eggs if you're tired of the same old recipe. Now, she doesn't really give any further instruction on how she seasons the eggs, if she mixes them with milk or water. I typically don't mix it with anything, okay? And then I am gonna grate some of this cheese. Smells good. Does not smell too musty. You know, sometimes that truffle stuff can be a little musty. This is a truffle Gouda. It's just cheese with little specks of truffle formed inside. She didn't say what she cooked them in, but we're gonna go butter. Eggs cook quickly by nature, But a proper scrambled egg is cooked on the lower and slower side. Proper scrambled egg takes longer to cook than you think. Okay, once it's melted, in goes the egg. And then to keep them creamy, you want to keep stirring them throughout. I'm going to give them a little pinch of salt. The outer part is going to cook faster than the inside, so for the whole process, just kind of scoot the outside in. There is a video of her making this, and I'm just always fascinated to watch celebrities in their environment cooking or doing something other than what they normally do. Okay, they're almost done, so I'm going to basically go off and on the heat until I get everything in. Going in with that truffle cheese. Sometimes when the heat hits it, that's when the aroma will come out. It's pretty mild. Might be a good way to warm up to truffle if you don't love it. I think we nailed it, but how does it taste? That cheese definitely made these super creamy. No, they are not uncooked. This is just what the cheese just did. Okay, Oprah, how'd I do? How did I do? Y'all tag Oprah so she'll tell me how I did in this. I'll do a little crack of pepper. Ooh, cheesy. It's a sophisticated egg right there. It's very delicate. I love the flavor of the jalapeno coming in there. The truffle is super faint. I'm sure there is more truffle potent cheeses out there, or you could just grate some fresh truffle on here. But this combo right here is perfect for me. I feel like this is the kind of scrambled egg I would make on the weekend when I can actually sit and savor. It's very delightful. And I think it deserves a solid 9. I have been very generous in my grading today, but these celebrities did not disappoint. I guess my favorite of the day, just because it was so surprising and something I've never had before, would go to The Rock. Who knew? Who knew? The one that's furthest from being a chef is the winner. But they all got A's. I might not be rich and famous, but I feel like I am qualified to judge these and let you know that they are indeed all worth making. It was a good day.